Just going to do a quick demo of how to create a contour plot, since some of you have questions about that. I just want to emphasize again that contour plots are useful, not in a general optimization sense, right? For a typical problem, we're going to have lots of variables. If there were so few variables that you could just plot it, then you don't really need optimization. But typically, we're going to have 5, 10, 20, 50, 100, thousands of variables. And there's just, nothing, we just can't plot that. But plotting is very useful for learning, as we're visualizing what methods are you doing, or as we're developing our own algorithms to kind of see what's going on. We often use 2D test problems so we can plot it and see what's happening. So I'm just going to show you a contour plot here. Let's say this is my objective function. I just made up something really simple. It just has 2 variables here. And I want to plot it. So the idea of a contour plot is that, say I've got x1, x2 here. I just make a grid. I'm just going to evaluate all the different combinations of x1, x2, and then plot those contours. So I need to evaluate a bunch of points. Let's evaluate, we'll always pretty much have numpy. Okay, so let's take numpy, and then we'll set x. I'm just going to call these x and y. Some time spacing or typing. Some linearly spaced points from, say, -5 to 5. And then let's have some additional ones. And I'm going to now set how many points I want for each. I'm going to intentionally make these 2 numbers different. Even though I want similar resolution, I intentionally make them different because, as we'll see when I plot them, if I mess up the order and they're the same, I won't know. It'll just plot and things will be backwards, but I won't be able to tell. Whereas if these are different and I switch the order from what's expected, then I will get an error and I'll know immediately, oh, I just need to transpose things. So I'm just going to do that. I'm going to initialize f, zeros of nx by ny size. I actually think it should be, well, I know it should be the other way, ny by nx, but I'm going to do this intentionally. We can read that here in the documentation for contour, that it says z should be m by n, where m is the length of y, and n is the length of x, so it should be ny by nx, but I'm just going to intentionally do it this way because it's hard to remember. I just want to show you how we can fix that. Also why I make those different. So now I'm just going to do a loop over all my x values and all my y values. And so I'm going to set, I have to do ij because that's the way I defined it here. And this may not be the most efficient looping order, but let's just do this. Xi and yj. So I'm going to put that into an array, call my objective function, and that's it. So now I've got f, and I can plot it. So I'm just going to import matplotlib as well. Plot. Let's open up a figure. I'm going to use a contour x, y, and okay, and let's just try that. So it's giving me an error. It says the length of x must match the number of columns in z. So this is exactly what I was saying. It's expecting things to be in the other order. So this should have been ny by nx. So in the way I've done it here, this would be j and I, or I would have flipped the indices. But I can also just transpose this, and that'll work. So the reason, again, why I did this backwards is to show you that if I had made these 200 by 200, it would have just plotted. It would have been wrong, like my x's and y's would be mixed up, but I wouldn't have known. So I always intentionally make those a little different. Now, let's plot that, and I have to show, by the way, if you're using Jupyter or something, this plotting will be slightly different. You won't have to do the show command, and you won't have to append everything with plot. This is just a typical regular Python here. There are my contours. It's pretty coarse. I want to see more levels. So there's this levels command. It's the next argument. I could type out that keyword or just put it in. It's a positional argument. Let's say I want 50 levels. That's maybe quite a lot. And there they are. That's a lot. Okay, so that's all there's to it. Although let's pretty it up a little bit. I want a color bar. I want to label my axes, just normal stuff. So color bar so I can see how things are ranging. And these are very non-descriptive variables because this is a made-up problem, but it's called x and y. And I put x label for both, so fix that. Okay, so I got my labels, and now I've got the color bar. So this tells me the magnitude of these different contours associated with these colors. Okay, now let's say I want to do a constraint. So let's just add a constraint function here. Let's call it constraint, and we'll just make up something simple. Let's just say x0 squared plus x1. Okay, again, in this 2D space. I'm going to initialize that. And I'm just going to do it the same way, so I'm still going to have to transpose. For that. And now I don't want 50 levels, right? My constraint only makes sense at one level. I want the dividing line. So say I'm looking for x0 squared plus x1 is less than or equal to 3. So I want to plot when this equals 3. I can't just put 3 in here because it'll plot 3 levels. But if I make this an array, then I can put like different levels, like plot it for 3, 5, blah, blah, but I only want the 1. I want it when it equals 3. Okay, I'm going to make that a float, although I'm not sure that's necessary. Okay, so let's do that. And actually, I got to fix something here. This is going to give me an error, and I have to close this and set it up to close automatically. Okay, the problem is it's trying to do a color bar off of the last thing I plotted, and this thing only has one level, so it doesn't know how to handle the color bar. And I don't want that anyway. I want the color bar to occur for the first one, so we move that. And then there it is. There's my contour. I already like the color, but I think I could change those things too if I wanted. The keywords are colors, looks like. Let's try that. It says string or sequence of colors. It's good. So let's say I want it to be red. Close. There it is. There's my constraint, and depending on which way the inequality was, I could shade it or not, but that helps me to visualize it. And you know, if I have more constraints, same process. But again, if I didn't recognize this transpose, I would normally initialize this the other way, right? And feel it consistent as the documentation says. Okay, I think that's good for today.